And for those who don't feel like staying in a hostel, even a private room in a hostel, there's always the Hotel Ternopil. Never stayed there myself, obviously. Might be a little bit out of my price range. Now, does Hotel Ternopil back onto the lake? I got a feeling the lake's over in that direction. Go on. Follow your instincts. Follow your instincts, man. They can only get you into trouble once. If you happen to be staying in Hotel Ternopil and you've just taken your breakfast in Ternopil Pectopar restaurant, or a late lunch, you might want to step outside, turn left. Maybe you don't fancy going to the church. Maybe you don't fancy going to see the statue in the park. Perhaps instead you want to walk down this way, which I think... Oh, yeah, this is the right way to come. Didn't realise we were quite as close as we are to the lake, but here we are, close to the lake. So if you want a lakeside view, and who doesn't like getting bitten by mosquitoes in their hotel room, if we're honest, you know, who doesn't like that? Then this is the location to find yourself in. Nice little bit of artwork going on. There we are, 2 storks and a bundle of poo. I mean, bundle of joy, sorry. Yes, bundle of joy. As there's a school group or something down the end of that little pathway, I'm going to come this way, but not just for that reason, because out of the corner of my eye I think I see a statue. And you know what I'm like, boring person who's interested in art and statues and such things. Oh no, not the sculpture, not the Baltic sculpture. No, we're not in the Baltics anymore. This is other sculpture that neither you or I probably can understand. Just go with it. You're on holiday, you're in Ternopil. Kick back. Okay, stop whinging about being bitten by mosquitoes because you're so close to the lake. You should have stayed in the hostel. No mosquito problems there. Yes, it raises questions, and that's what art is supposed to do, isn't it? I'm thinking that's a cat and a boot. Cat and Puss in Boots. It's Puss in Boots. The pantomime figure Puss in Boots, maybe. Not much like a boot, really, is it? Yeah, might have to move on from that. This is kind of a shame. I think I can see why the gazebo isn't popular. It's sort of, the area's been turned into a car park. But it means that while romantic couples go off elsewhere to find another little love nest for themselves, hello, we're elevated. Didn't realise that. Well, I'm feeling elevated. So this definitely confirms, I think, for all of us, that if you come to Ternopil, first time, you don't know where you're going, a quick glimpse at Google Maps is all you need. And just let your feet do the walking and let your eyes take in what's at the end of the street, round the corner, across the road. Just follow your instincts and you can't go far wrong. This is a very nice, easy, doable city with lots of attractions, I would say, from what I've seen so far, certainly throughout the morning. Right on your doorstep, whether you're staying at Hotel Ternopil or not. Who needs Lake Garda or Lake Como when you have, hang on a minute, what's it called? Is it called Lake Ternopil? Don't know. That's how little research I've done before coming to the city. Shame on me. I just remembered that Ternopil was a favourite location in Ukraine of an old American friend of mine called Ken Limantz, DJ Kenny Mac, the first Western rock DJ in Ukraine, and possibly Poland. I'm feeling today as though I'm getting a sense of Ken. Not one of those spooky, spiritual kind of things that Ken's on my shoulder or anything like that, because Ken passed not long after, actually, sadly. But I'm just remembering him and thinking, you know what, Ken, you were right, this was a lovely town, probably back when you visited it before me, and it was a nice place when I visited it. Didn't really work its magic on me, I must say. Maybe that's because I was with Nick the Australian. Nothing against Nick the Australian, obviously, but you know, definitely a nice spot to come with a lady, I would say. But if you're on your own, you can also enjoy it as well, because if you like history and art and architecture, there's plenty going on. Crikey, we've seen a lot already. Well, lovely, isn't it? Nice little pleasure boat there. If you feel like taking a turn around the lake, but not on foot. And guess what we've come across here? A man-made little Lovers Island. Not called Love Island, it's called Lovers Island. Ukraine's really going through a thing for Lovers Islands and Love Islands, isn't it? I'm losing count of them. I guess if you're not a lover, you shouldn't be going on that island. And as I can't see any statues or artwork or ornamental benches of any significance anyway, I don't think I'll bother going over there. I think I'll leave it to the lovers. Let them have their privacy. And if you're lovers who want to take a little pleasure boat out, a little pedalo boat, is it? I'm not sure with my bad eyesight. Oh, they're twin... Are they twin kayaks? I'm not sure. My eyes can't pick up exactly what's going on with those boats, but they come for pairs. So that just confirms that it's an island for lovers. Unless, of course, you're in a very interesting relationship which involves more than two people. Ah, you can lose yourself in this park. Lovely. Yeah, you don't really need to go very far. If you're in the Hotel Ternopil, or even staying at the hostel where I am, it's not that far to get down here. And once you're here, what more do you need? Lovely. In danger of getting over perky again, aren't I? Better watch myself, hold myself in check. Perkiness before a fall, remember? And we don't want any more falls. What came first? The decoratively carved block of stone, man riding a sheep or doing something he shouldn't be doing, or the egg? The age-old mystery. And there's no denying it, this lady is all about that bass. Now if it was on Easter Island, people would be getting very excited about it. Here in Ternopil, people just say, yeah. It's all about reputations, you see. Reputations made and reputations lost. This looks almost like a funfair ride for flowers, doesn't it? What do we have here? The sign of the Southern Cross on the southern bank of the big lake in Ternopil. If you're looking at it and thinking, as I was initially, okay, nothing special, well, that's one way of looking at it. But if you start looking at it from the point of view of it being so simplistic and naive, perhaps it's actually tipping a hat, more than just tipping a hat, to some of the primitive stone figures which have been uncovered by archaeologists, such as that fat man we saw in the statue form on the walking street before the musical event, which we just missed. Perhaps these figures are supposed to be in the style of the people who lived in this region 2,000 years ago. They do like their totem figures, or did used to like their totem figures back in the day. What do you think? Just a crazy theory? I think it's one which holds water, if you forgive the pun. That duck is speaking extremely quietly, or, no, I haven't gone deaf. I can hear the roar of the traffic in the background, as I'm sure you can too. The lake comes round here onto this main road. It's not the finish of the lake, of course. You can still continue walking around the lake if you wish. And I'm not taking you all the way around the lake, because I always like to leave you things to do in any case. It's not just me being bone idle. Or is it? You know, that plaster work with the mock stones. They've marked the plaster to make it look as though the tower's been made from rough stone. Of course, I don't know how smooth or rough the stone is underneath, but I think it's very modern. And something here which resembles more what they were trying to emulate, I think. Here in this bell tower, that was the patination they were looking for, if I can use the word patination. And the bus station is over in that direction. Well, I don't particularly want to go to the bus station. I'd really like to see a map which shows me where Silbo supermarket is, please, because I'm feeling a bit peckish.